one. It is one which is not going to be balanced at all. Is Magnus Carlsen with his handshakes with Alireza Firouzja. This is the big one. It all comes down to this. Alireza Firouzja, Hikaru Nakamura. Only one will survive and go into the next stage. And it is going to be about this Armageddon. And it's a crazy opening.
Love the choice from Magnus Carlsen. When your opponent does not have time to calculate, why not play something that is not mainline repertoire? And F3, the point is clear. Let me push my E4. Oh, it's not there yet. Pawn to E4. Or why not throw my G pawn up the board and get a kingside attack? I really think this is a brilliant choice in an Armageddon game where Alireza, he's now the first to really think and spend his time.
Wow, a 30-second think there pretty much from Alireza at this early stage, as early as move 4, move 5. That's not a good sign on the clock. But what is Magnus's idea? A pawn on F3. It's very, very rare to see the top players land a pawn there. It takes away squares from knights. It means the white king is not entirely safe. Loosens up the white position. So Magnus better have something special prepared. I'm slightly skeptical, I've got to say. I think it's very much tailored to this match situation. But yeah, it depends on what Magnus chooses now. He needs to act quickly, throw pawns forward, develop quickly before Alireza gets fully organized.
Well, Magnus has got to make some big decisions. And what about from a psychological point of view? We will leave psychology aside for right now because a big committal decision on the board. Magnus going all out with Gary the G-pawn. G4 on the board.
Harry the H-pawn should be next. Why not? Throw all your pawns forward. It's not easy to meet a pawn storm when you are down on the clock like Alireza started this Armageddon match. But this position is solid. He's done nothing wrong. He can continue his development. But I think for Magnus, he's trying to determine, do I jump my queen out to B3? Do I keep pushing pawns on the king side? He's trying to come up with the trajectory of the game that suits him best.
Is this a new position already, David? Because I am not familiar with this one at all.
I don't have a database in front of me, but I can safely say out of the tens of thousands of games I've seen in my chess career, this one is brand new. A trade of bishops now. I guess the themes in this opening, which was the Slav defense, are often similar. Black's problem piece is normally the light squared bishop, so the fact that it has been traded off now is good news for Firouzja, but White has gained some time, gained some tempi in the process. Especially those pawn pushes are committal. It really reminds me of a Jabava London, the Jar Jar Binks London. Shout out James Canty. And White having this extra space gives him more options. A trade of pawns there. I'm slightly surprised Magnus rushed.
And are we going to see Magnus go with another game with a queenside castle by his king? Once you push G4, you really don't want your king on the king side. So Magnus pausing, he's going all out in this one. There's no stopping Magnus.
This game is even safer for his king on the queen side. He can castle queen side, slide the king on over to B1. It's safe over there. Where's the black king going? Especially after B5, it's clear that it's either staying in the center or eventually, when White runs out of firepower, castling to the king side. But Magnus says, my king is safe. You don't have any attackers. I have to say, big advantage for White.
Yeah, at least
Love how Alireza's knight on f7 controls so many key squares near the king, and he's going for liquidation here.
And Alireza shaking his head. He's miscalculated. He pushed a pawn, trying to clear the tension. But suddenly, the black queen's attacked. The black rook is vulnerable. He cannot take this pawn back. It is poisoned. He needs to move the black queen away. He needs to make it fast. He's got under 30 seconds.
He's got 20 moves to make, so he's about to have a second per move. Queen h8 is a great move by Alireza. That queen is about to jump into the white camp on h2, but the rook trade is offered. Alireza's thinking he needs to move.
Gives the check.
Check. Is he going to find a perpetual? Can he repeat with checks right now? He delays picking up the rook. He does it now. For Alireza, this is so important. It could very well be the last few moments in his race to win the championship.
19 seconds for 18 moves. That's physically almost impossible over the board, at least. And White still has an extra pawn. Objectively, he's fine. White's king is too weak. Black can give a bunch of checks. But look at this. He's pausing. He's frozen.
And look at him. He makes the best move. He auto recapture. You got to go.
Oh, God,
his hand speed is not quick enough. He's nervous.
There are no pre-moves here. You've got to make the moves. How do you make so many moves in just 12 seconds on the clock? And he's not fast enough.
Magnus can just surprise him, play some odd moves, some checks here right now. And I don't think he's going to be able to make the move 60. He won't have enough time, simply. The pawn pushes forward. Objectively now as well, it's getting difficult. He drops his queen back. White can now just move forward with the king, keep pushing. Looks winning for Magnus suddenly as well on the board.
These are the last few moments, it looks like, for Alireza's race in the Champions Chess Tour final. Magnus Carlsen winning on the clock, on the board right now. Alireza needs a miracle to survive this one. He's got 10 seconds, 14 moves to get that 1 second increment, but I don't think that's going to help him given the position on the board.
He's also completely lost over the board, so
6.
Magnus way too much time. He's just trying to calculate, can I trade those queens? The answer should be yes. I think if he trades the queens, he's still in a winning position. And for Alireza, it might have been too low of a bid. 9 minutes to start the game against Magnus Carlsen. He'll be regretting that, I think, more than anything.
He really created his chances. He was so resilient in handling the attack and creating counterplay. Well, there is this f-pawn. You need to stop it from moving to f2. So Magnus going to retreat with the knight, or will he continue pushing the e-pawn? He retreats, no risk.
Yep, no risk, no reason to risk. And look at the clock. Alireza's time in this tournament is running out.
1 second, and Alireza is flagged. And Magnus Carlsen gets the win. Alireza Firouzja eliminated.
What a devastating way to go. Winning game 1, but Magnus Carlsen shows why he has been the best player in the world for well over a decade. He's just there when it counts. In those big moments, he's able to outlast his opposition. And for Alireza, he gave the #1 player all he could handle, but it was too little at the end.
A heartbreaking moment for Alireza Firouzja. So close after getting that first game win in this matchup, but Magnus Carlsen makes his comeback in second game.